Alright, this is our history. Alright, this is who we are. We're the Israelites. Keep going.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right, the Lord said, by the way I speaking unto you, read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You would not see your homeland. What is our homeland, brother? You said what? It's Jerusalem. That's our homeland. Israel. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
No, your friend.
Your enemies.
The Lord said you will be sold into your enemies. Who was we sold to when we got off those slave ships? White men. What did God just call them? Our enemies. Alright, read.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Slave men and slave women, read.
And no man shall buy you.
See that? And no man shall redeem you. Alright, because we still in captivity. We still got to pay phone bills. Brothers still got to work down triple overtime. Alright? Still got to, like, you got men working right now, they eating the sweat. They can't even get a break. Alright, they breaking the sweat off their face. So if we fit the curses that the Israelites fit, who must we be? The what? The Israelites. That's right.
Right.
You the Israelites. That's our nationality. Alright? That wasn't that long. Alright, we're going to give you a flyer. Lord willing, we got our YouTube channel. If you look into it, pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the last days. Alright, you got to take that cross off, brother, because that's a great image. Did you know it? You said that's what you know, right? Give me John 3:3. You're right, that is what we know. But Christ told us something specific to do.
It's the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Right.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot
Except a man be born again. How do you be reborn again, brother? You know? That's right here. Alright, you gotta literally take out everything you've been taught in America. You've been taught in America, that's what's black. Are you actually black? Yeah, we're brown. Alright, we've been taught we African American niggas. So we gotta take these things out as well as the cross. The cross, you know they used to burn us on crosses? Did you know Christ got crucified on the cross? So why would you wear that? So you were wearing, you would still wear something that your Lord and Savior got killed on? You would? Give me Isaiah 30. We need Exodus 20:1. The Lord said we can't make no graven images. That's a graven image, brother. We tell you this because we love you.
That's right.
Alright, do brothers love this brother up here?
Huh?
Alright, we love you, brother. That's why we want to keep you out of sin. Bring that out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse.
Alright, Slock it. Bring that out, Exodus.
Look at Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. It's like in verse 1.
Brother, where you going? You gonna let your woman take you, brother? You gonna let your woman take you away from the word? Give me 2nd Ezra 14 and 13. Brothers gotta man up, man. Right? Give me 2nd Ezra 10 and 33. Man.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 13.
Alright.
Now therefore, set thy house in order. What the Lord says?
Set thy house in
order.
Read it again.
Set thy house in order.
And the Lord says, set your house in order. Not let your woman take you. You got some jakes. Right? I just seen it on a video. The Eve say, let's go. She said, no, I want to sit at work. She said, let's go, nigga. And then grab him by the ear. Or the Lord not dealing with him. Right? Kind of kicking him in the back. It was this one Eve in high school, right? She used to steady kick this shit. She said, let's go. And then I'm kicking him, man. Alright, so brothers gotta man up. You gotta be a man in this thing. Alright, bring that out. 2nd Ezra.
Book of 2nd Ezra chapter 10 verse 33. And he said unto me, stand up, man. And I will advise you.
He said unto Ezra, stand up, man. So Ezra, he gotta have to put his pants up and stand up. Hey, y'all sisters believe in the Bible? Let's go talk to us real fast. What you know about the Bible? Say what you know about the Bible. Tell them. Say it. Alright, let's get straight to the point. We here to tell you that if you see yourself on this sign, according to your Father, you will be an Israelite, God's chosen people. that Moses freed out of Egypt. In this society, we call ourselves what? Black? Don't we call ourselves black? African American? Are we actually black? Yeah. Us as a whole. Are we the color of this speaker right here? We are? Nah, so why we call ourselves black? That's a good question, right? We gonna find out. These terms, right? These terms was placed on us in slavery, if you didn't know. Alright, where is that? Right here, these terms were placed on us. We got the term nigga placed on us. Slaves, monkeys. Alright, but God, he says we're above all people on the earth. Alright, read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Now you know about Moses? What you know about Moses? It's okay if you don't know.
So why are you doing that, bro?
Doing what?
You don't know.
Alright, we're gonna teach. Alright, we're just gonna teach. Alright, so Moses was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. The Lord chose him to free the Israelites because they was in slavery in Egypt. Alright, he parted the Red Sea and led them through. So we're gonna read something about the Israelites. Bring that out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If the Israelites don't listen to God, read.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
That what?
that all these curses,
That what?
that all these curses.
The Lord said all these curses. Now, this is a simple question. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. Alright, it's horrible. Alright, but we could read some of these curses and we could find out who we are. Alright, give me verse 16.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
Nope.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
What the Lord say?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The Lord said you will be cursed in the city. Now, if you look at every city across America, who in the ghettos and the slums? Like, alright, is the Chinese man in the ghettos and the slums? On everywhere? No, he's not. That's our people. Are we on section? We strung out on drugs. Are we sniffing cocaine? The Lord is talking to the Israelites in conflict. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And you can't get around this one. The Lord saying you will be cursed in the field. That's only us. Right? We was cursed in the field. Alright? In a sugarcane field.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54.
Right.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
So that's saying
Abomination.
Alright,
Abomination.
Chinese man not looking at his brother sideways because he took his girlfriend. Alright? That's only our people. Or the Chinese man step on another Chinese man's shoes and now they ready to box. Can you admit that's only us? That is. Alright, keep going.
And very tender among you and very delicate.
Right.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother and of his children, which he shall lead. Hold on. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife. That's us beating up our wives in the household. Like I said, you don't hear an Ethiopian man
Oh, long
on the
nigga.
news beat up his wife again because she ain't cooked the news right. Alright, that's gonna be us, man. Alright, keep going.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
She shall what?
Which he shall lead.
Alright, got fathers in the household. And we read this in the Bible. There will be a curse on the Israelites that they won't be in the household. Alright? Give me verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Right?
with ships.
With what?
With shit.
How did we get over into America? With ships. They took us on boats. Right? It's right here. They took us on slave ships. They brought us to America. And then they whooped our backs in. And they did this to us. They put yokes on our necks. Alright, the Lord said that would happen for not keeping his commandments. Keep going.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right? We wouldn't see our homeland. Our homeland is Israel. Keep going.
and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Not your friend.
Your enemies.
We at least know who would be sold to when we got up those stations. Who would be sold to? White people. So what did God just call them in the Bible? Again.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall be sold unto your enemies.
Your enemy. God called white people your enemies. Now we didn't make this up. Alright? Did we make this up, brother? No, we didn't make this up. It's written in the Bible. Alright, read.
For bondmen and bondwomen,
Right.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem you because we still slaves in America. Alright, so if these curses fit
Nations.
the Israelite system, and they fit us, what is our nationality? Now that we're not black anymore. If we fit the same curses as the Israelites, who must we be? You said them?
For sure.
Them have a name.
For sure. Push that sign down.
Israelite. That's who we are. We're the Israelites. Alright, because we fit the same curses as them. We already established we're not this color right here. So we can't be black. We gotta be something. We're the Israelites.
You know not to come down here.
Alright, what's your nationality? You said what? You're white? Your father is white? Okay. Well, you would be an Edomite, according to the Bible. Alright? Edomites, they come from a man named Esau. So the Israelites, they descend from a man named Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You will come from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Alright, we're going to read that. Read Genesis 36 and 1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 1.
Right.
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Right? Esau is Edom. So you will be an Edomite according to God. Now, would you admit that your people did this to us? Your people did? Who is your people? Alright, so we're going to give you some commandments. Alright? Give me 1 Timothy 2 and 9. We're going to give you some commandments.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adore themselves in modest apparel.
That what?
That women adore themselves in modest apparel.
The Lord said women have to adorn themselves in modest apparel. Y'all know what modest apparel is? That's a dress. Alright? It's a dress. Because you gotta cover up. Especially, you being an Israelite. You're the top women on this planet. Alright, you look at Beyonce, Janae Aiko, Jennifer Lopez. You got the best women on the planet. And as real women, they cover themselves up. They don't show all their cleavage out and how they shorts up to right here. Real women, they put on a dress. That's what a real woman would do. She would cover up and only show them that stuff to her husband. Alright, so that's a commandment we gotta keep. So Lord willing, eventually you start wearing dresses. Alright, because a dress shows that you're a princess. Not booty shorts. That don't make you a princess. Alright, we're gonna get some more. Give me Leviticus 11 and 7. Give me Sirach 6 and 13.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
No.
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swan.
The Lord said, and the swan. Y'all know what swine is? Yes, pig. Pork. Keep going.
Though he divide the hoof of the 11 footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
The Lord said the swine is unclean. Keep going.
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
Of their what?
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
The Lord said of their flesh you can't eat swine. Alright, it's unclean. That's a sin. That's one of the reasons why we went into slavery. Alright, we didn't keep the commandments. Alright, so sister, will you be willing to stop eating pork for the Lord? No more bacon? Okay, all praise to the Most High. Alright, you got another commandment. Read Sirach 6 and 13.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 13.
No.
Separate thyself from thy enemies.
What the Lord said?
Separate thyself from thy enemies.
The Lord said you gotta separate from your enemies. So who are your enemies? If I were asked. You said nobody? I thought we established earlier that. So who are our enemies? White people. You got it right. So read it again.
separate thyself from thy enemy.
The Lord says, separate thyself from thy enemy. That's a commandment. So would you be willing to separate from the so-called white woman? What you mean, though? Why you say no? It's a commandment by God. I mean, that's what God said. He said separate from her. Because if you stay close to your enemy, that's what happens. Look at George Floyd. He was close to his enemy. Guess what happened to George Floyd? He died. What about Martin Luther King? He died. What about Sandra Bland? What about Breonna Taylor? He died. For what? Staying close to their enemy. And on a deeper flow, that's not your friend. Alright? We're your friends up here, sister, because we love you. Alright, keep going on that.
Chicago the Great.
Keep going.
And take heed of thy friend.
And what?
And take heed of thy friend.
So, sister, are you willing to separate from the so-called white woman, even though that's your best friend, and take heed of thy friend? Because we love you, sister. Otherwise, we wouldn't be teaching you who you are and commandments. Alright? So, you got to separate, sister. The Lord said to separate. Alright? Because the Lord hates them, believe it or not. Give me Romans 9. You said what? See, that's another lie. Guess who told you that Jesus is white? Your enemy. But in the Bible, we're going to give me Revelation 1:14. Christ is the so-called black man. You're going to read it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14.
Yo.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, what people on earth have woolly hair? Black people. All right, so that's strike one right there. This man got stringy hair, like her hair right there. All right, read.
And his eyes were as the flame, as white as snow. And his eyes were as the flame of fire.
This man got blue eyes. All right, so that's another lie. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
The Lord said his feet is like fine brass. What color is brass? Brown. Let's see how dark was Christ. Read.
As if they burned in the furnace.
Now he was white.
As if they burned in the furnace.
Read it again.
As if they burned in the furnace.
It said Christ was so dark. This man got burned. All right, so what color is Christ? This is that we just read in the Bible. He was black. But guess who told you that he's white? Your enemy. Her people. All right? Like I said, she's not really your friend. Because when it comes down to it, and a so-called white man want to hunt you down, sister, she's going to be right there. She's going to defend for her own people. Give me Isaiah 13 and 15. Give me Romans 9 and 13.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13.
Right?
As it is written.
As it is written. And this is a cut that God doesn't love everybody. Read.
Jacob have I loved,
Right?
but Esau have I hated.
For what?
Esau have I hated.
The Lord say he hates Esau. Who is Esau? That's the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. So God hates you. We got to bring it out. God hates you. Why? For everything that you've done to us. You can't forget about it. And y'all still doing it. Would you admit that your people still doing it to this day? He said, would you admit that your people still doing it to this day? Killing us in the sun? Nah. Is it some white people just killing us?
La
No. You got a lot of white people killing us. That's not recorded. Is your father white?
My dad's black.
It goes, give me numbers 118. It don't matter who your mom is, because the father, he carries the sperm or the seed. So whoever your father is, that's what you will be. So if your father is black, you will be an Israelite. If so-called black, you will be an Israelite. Bring it up.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18.
Right.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
They declared their pedigrees, right, their lineage, read.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
By the what?
By the house of their fathers.
So it's by who your father is. You listening, sister? Sister, you listening? It's by the house of your fathers. Alright? So you got to separate from your enemies, or, there's going to be consequences. All right, the Lord said it's going to be. Give me Isaiah 13 and 15.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 15.
Oh.
Every one that is found shall be thrust through.
The Lord said every man that's found with his enemy in the last days, right, a so-called black man with a sword in his hand, you're going to be what?
And every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Shall what?
Shall fall by the sword.
You want to fall by the sword? So the Lord said you got to separate. Would you admit that we're your enemies? After everything your people did? No, your people. You just come out and say it. Just say it. We know you want to say it.
No, because that's not even me. Like, that's not even me. Like, that's not what I'm saying. That's not all of us.
It's not about you. It's about your people. Because God deals with nations of people. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 20. The Lord said, no so-called white people is good. All right. Read that out. Ecclesiastes 7 and 20.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 20.
Oh.
For there is not a just man upon the earth,
Right?
that doeth good and sinneth not.
That what?
That doeth good and sinneth not.
So God said there's no so-called white woman, white man, or child doeth good. That's what God said. We didn't read it. All right, so are you sorry for slavery, at least for what your people did? You are? What's your name? Sarah. All right, we're going to see Sarah according to God if you're sorry.
Bring it out.
Are you honest? All right, give me Isaiah 49 and 23.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 23.
Read.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers.
All right, this is the last verse.
And
kings shall be thy nursing fathers. Because we were your nursing fathers. All right, read.
And their queens thy nursing mothers.
Right.
They shall bow down to thee.
What the Lord say?
They shall bow down to thee.
All right, so prove you sorry, because sorry is that you gotta prove it. You can't just say I'm sorry. What if I murdered your whole family and said I'm sorry? Am I really sorry? No. I would have to prove that I'm sorry. So God said if you're sorry, you would just bow down right now for everything that your forefathers did. Look at this man right here. He's destroyed. He doesn't know who he is. They literally fed, your people fed damn our babies to alligators. Imagine that. So would you be willing to bow down?
Yeah, how you want me to bow?
Just bow down like one is on both feet. Bow down. Yeah. We gotta read it how it's written out the Bible. Read that again.
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
All right, so you gotta look at this. Because this is very, it's not so much. So you gotta bow, you gotta put your face towards this image right here. All right, that's my forefather right there, man.
That's right.
All right, and it's some more. Keep going.
And lick up the dust of thy feet.
And what?
And lick up the dust of thy feet.
So would you be willing to kiss his brother's boot right here? It's a boot kiss. That's all.
I mean, as long as you're not gonna kick me.
Nah, we not gonna be. Step up there. Man.
Step up there.
You really gotta do this shit?
It's proving that you're sorry.
Look at she said. Oh my God, I do not gotta.
You said you're honest, Sarah.
Wait, this y'all making other people do this?
Yes.
Y'all making other people do this? I'm not the only one.
No, you're not the only one. All right.
Oh my God.
This.
We'll wipe off my dust.
All right, brothers, get in to see you. Okay. No.
Hold on.
You gotta do the rest. It's just us.
Oh my goodness.
It's just do the rest, Sarah. That's it.
What's the
All right.
rest?
This brother too.
Con. And these shoes are new. These shoes are new. You look, it's white. It's nice,
I was
right?
just kissing everybody's shoes now.
Yeah, that's what it said. That's what God
All
said.
of those?
Yes, that's it. That's proving that you're sorry, Sarah.
You're gonna have to lift them up.
All right, Con. I got you.
All
Con.
right. This brother too. All right, brother.
That's
All
right.
This brother too. All right. You know me.
You already got to get the brother.
All right, this brother too. Right?
That's right.
You got one, kid?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's proving that you're sorry, Sarah. All right. So last but not least, sister, you gotta separate from the so-called white woman. All right. You gotta separate from the enemy for good. Now this is serious. And you will be a so-called Hispanic, right? Mexican. All right, so you will be an Israelite too, from the tribe of Issachar. All right, we got a flyer for the sister.
Con, bring it out.
All right, so we got judgment end up with waking up to cheat, huh? That's a 2-for-1 special. All right, from Heroes.
Come on. Brother's talking about from Harold's.
Yeah, we got one.
Hey, you got one more?
We got one more.
Here's the card.
All right. You don't get a flyer. All right. You gotta go into slavery. You going into slavery, Sarah. Revelation 13:9. All right.
Have a great one.
What's your nationality? Black and white? No, you ain't Israelite.
That's right.
Israelites.
What's your nationality? Israelite.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
This is coming to all so-called white people in Sarah. Read.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Read.
He that leadeth into captivity
What the Lord say?
He that leadeth into captivity.
Read.
shall
Go
go
into
into captivity.
So Sarah, you gotta get ready for slavery.
Right.
You ready to be a servant to the so-called black people in the kingdom of heaven? Israelites. You ready to be not this man, but hey, expect the so-called black man to come back with a sword in his hand. You gotta be a servant. That's the Lord. That's Christ. Yahweh Shah. So are you ready to be a servant to the Israelites? Okay. All praise.
All praise. Hey, thou sayest.
All right.
Might be that brother slave right there.
Yeah, you ready to you work out? No? Are you willing to work out? Alright, because we might need the Lord might need you to climb that tree right there. You think you can get up there?
I can get one damn home.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
You don't have to.
Thou sayest. It has consequences if you don't get up there.
Alright. Alright. Y'all can. We got one more.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 12.
Right.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
So Sarah, in the
Ew.
kingdom of heaven, if you don't want to get up there, when Peter the apostle said get up there, this is happen.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
Right? If you won't serve Peter, Paul, Bartholomew, Andrew, the elect, King David, read,
Shall perish.
shall what?
Shall perish.
You don't want to get destroyed in the kingdom, do you? So you're going to have to serve the men of the Lord. All right, say that to the camera if you're willing to serve the Israelites.
Yeah.
No, say I'm willing to serve the Israelites. Come on, Sarah. Sarah, you got to say I'm willing to serve the Israelites.
Where is this going?
It's going up on YouTube.
Are you
All right?
serious?
Yes.
I'm going to be on YouTube.
All right, save your Sarah, you got to say you're willing to
Come on,
serve
Sarah.
I'm willing to serve the Israelites.
That's right.
All right.
Kind of zoom into that thing.
All right, so y'all could, since you got to repeat these commandments, and separate. Right?
She like,
That's what's coming to all so-called white. I kind of like Sarah.
yeah.
All right?
It's a good wench right there.
That's coming to all so-called white people in the last days, man.
Brother, see this brother right here? Nah, see, that's a wench right there.
All right? That's coming to all so-called white people in the last days. And Eve don't know what's going on. She looked out of order.
Yeah. And
All right? She don't know what's going on.
And that girl that said she Mexican, I'm on the fence about that. I gotta see who her father is.
Yeah.
Because they look like they were sisters.
Yeah. Give me Sirach 33 and 27.
Bring it out.
All right, my man, he kind of had to get up in there, man. All right, that's your first one? Yeah.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 27.
Yo!
Send him to labor.
What the Lord say?
Send him to labor.
Send a so-called white man to labor, man. All right, that's what they're going to have to do. Like I said, if Peter said get up in that tree, you got 5 seconds, and she don't make it, hey, all hell might break loose. All right? Peter might have to grab the whip and then throw across her face. All right? Read.
That he be not idle.
And we don't want no idle servants in the kingdom. Everything got to work out, man. You got to literally build up the walls of Jerusalem. All right? Hey, Yahweh Shah, if he say do this and you don't do it, he going to give you that look. And brothers know what look I'm talking about. That look that your uncle give you when you did flush the toilet.
Yeah.
All right? And brothers know that look. That's all you gonna have to do is look. Because they gonna down break you into pieces. Alright, they gonna have that much spiritual power. They look at you, you start crying. And then they'll give me Zechariah 12 and 10. Alright, give me Zechariah 12 and 10.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Let's read how the elect is going to be in the last days.
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of
keep going.
And of supplications, and they shall look upon me who have pierced, like whom they have pierced. Verse 9.
You know you are. Brother that's walking. You know you are. Who are you? What's your nationality? Read that.
It's the book of Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 9.
Alright.
And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
Right.
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced.
Right.
And they shall... Verse 8. In that day the Lord... In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Right. The Lord is going to defend Israel. Read.
And he that is feeble among them in that day shall be as David.
Shall be as what?
Shall be as David.
So the most weak brother, you got some brothers in the truth, they kind of just, they got their glasses, it's kind of broke to the side. All right, kind of feeble, skinny. Hey, the Lord gonna turn up in his spirit and make him a man, make him like King David. And we went into that yesterday. And King David was mighty. All right, King David, he slew down giant. Then he leaped over a wall. And then he didn't have no broken bones either. Then he slew a lion in the bear. Alright? Like, so King David was mighty. Hey, that's how the elect is going to be. Give me Jeremiah 51 and 20. Right, give me Isaiah 41 and 14. Give me wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 17. What's your nationality, sister? Sister with the mask on. If you're a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, you gotta stop. You said what? You're black? Alright, sister. You're an Israelite. You gotta stop being a homosexual. Or the Lord will kill you. Yes. Give me Leviticus 18 and 22. You saying at the Bible. You saying at the Bible. And the Lord is against the homosexuality, man. Right. Alright, we read that, man.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22.
Bring it out!
Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
What the Lord say?
Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
If you land with a woman, the Lord gonna put you to fight, man. Right. The Lord not dealing with dykes in the last days.
That's right.
No, you saying at the Lord. The Lord is not dealing with dykes. Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
Right.
Destroy.
You can forget about that, man. Give me Romans 1 and 25.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Right, give me Romans first.
I'm gonna tell him I don't play.
Right, the Lord is not dealing with damn dykes.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
No.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
Right.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Right.
Who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affection.
What the Lord do?
God gave them up unto vile affection.
The Lord gave them up to a vile affection, read.
For even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature.
Hey, the Lord said it's against nature, man. So yes, the Lord will kill dykes. And she's saying F you. Don't say F me. Hey, I'm a servant of the Lord. You really saying F the Most High. Give me Mark 8 and 38. Alright, give me Mark 8 and 38. What's your nationality? Guy in the sandals. Read that, Mark 8 and 38.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 38.
Right?
Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words.
John 8 and 47. John 8 and 47. You're not despising me. Alright, you're despising the Lord that sent me. Read that.
It's the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 47.
Right.
He that is of God hears God's words.
The Lord said a man that's of God, he hears God's words. Alright, give me Luke 10 and 16. Read. I appreciate it.
Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God.
And they don't like that. Alright, we say you can't be a homosexual she stick the middle finger up. All right? She said, F you. That's the second time. All right, the first time we was up there. Right. All right, a while ago.
Yeah, I remember that when y'all got kicked out of there.
Yeah, we got kicked out.
I watched that video.
All right, and then it was this time. Bring that out.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 8. Oh. He therefore that despiseth not man, but God.
Right, you don't despise me. I'm just a mortal man. I'm literally dust and ashes. And dust and ashes shall I return.
That's right.
You despising the Lord, man. All right, bring that up. Yes, we are. Right? Y'all from Israel? Where y'all from over here? This guy here. Y'all can take a picture, but we got some. We want to make sure we give y'all something right. All right, look. All right. Where? Give me first give me numbers 15 and 38.
I'm sorry.
Take a picture of them.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. Right. In like manner also that women adore themselves in modest apparel.
That what?
That women adore themselves
in modest apparel.
All right, so we love y'all. Y'all are brothers and sisters. All right, y'all know we Israelites and stuff like that. But the Lord gave us commandments to keep. All right, so women, they have to adore themselves in modest apparel. So that's a commandment. That's the one to keep in the last days. Because America's going to be destroyed. All right, this place is on its way out. And our Yahweh Shai is coming back. All right, our Lord and Savior, he's coming back.
Swiftly.
Right, so if y'all not keeping the commandments, and y'all gonna kind of get destroyed with the Edomites. Y'all want to get destroyed with the Edomites, y'all. So and women, you gotta put on modest apparel and dresses. That's what the Lord commanded. Give me Numbers 15.
The book of Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38.
Right.
Now speak unto the children of Israel.
Speaking to what?
The children of Israel.
We're the children of Israel. Okay?
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So the children of Israel, the Israelites, we have to have fringes on the borders of our garments, brother. All right, you know what fringes is? Okay, all praise. Where you at, brother? If you don't mind me asking. Where you at? Okay. All right, brother. You got okay. All right, we got to make sure next time you go out, you have your fringes. Yeah. Well, somebody could ask you. Somebody, they'll be an Israelite, but they might not know it. And they can say, yo, what's those on your, it happens to you all the time. What's those right there? Yeah. And then you kind of say, well, these are fringes, brother. And then you break down and curse to them. Right? And then next thing you know, you win a soul. Give me James 5 and 16. You got the border.
This is the book of James, chapter 5, verse 19.
Like I said, brother, if you wearing your fringes and a non-believer sees you, that's an Israelite who don't know who he is, you break it down to Christians and you bring them into the truth, guess what, man?
Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth and one convert them,
And you convert that, brother, you bring them in.
let him know that which he converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death.
So what?
Shall save a soul from death.
You would say that, brother, from death just by wearing your fringes.
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
And shall what?
And shall hide a multitude of
You
sins.
can hide sins. You get sins off like that. Because the Lord, he's coming back with the brother and sister that got the less sins on them. That's important. All right, so, you know, women, make sure you cover up, wear dresses. And brother, you got to make sure you have your fringes out. Yeah, how a shower work, fringes. All right, so y'all live out here?
No. We come back to about a week or so.
Yeah. All right, check us out on YouTube. We got a flyer. Check us out on YouTube. All right, they say they from Israel, man. Yeah. All hell breaking from Israel. Unity in Israel. Nah, I just personally, some brothers have personally.
We're out there.
I know they sending missiles over there though.
That's shalom, right? Peace and blessings to you.
Shalom.
All right. Hey, man. From all over the world. Give me Deuteronomy 28:64. Right.
They was born in Israel?
Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
Right.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
What?
The Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Hey, you got Israelites everywhere, man. Stop thinking it's just Israelites in Babylon the Great. You got a brother, he told me, he said the 1/3 is in Babylon, brother.
That's
Brother,
hard.
what? You have literally, you got the 1/3 could literally be in down Japan somewhere. All right, in Hiroshima. You got Israelites in Australia. All right, you got Israelites in that motherland right now, in Jerusalem. All right, so we everywhere, man. And the Lord gonna raise us up in the last day. Ezekiel 37:10. The Lord raising up mighty men and soldiers, man.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 10.
Right.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Hey, what?
An exceeding great army.
What the Lord say?
An exceeding great army.
That's what we standing up. We an exceeding great army, man. Hey, our forefathers, they was valiant men. Right? Give me 2 Samuel 23 and 15.
Nope.
Right, give me 2 Samuel 23 and 20. Give me 2 Samuel 23 and 8. Right, we was always valiant men in the scriptures, man. And the Lord raising us up again. So don't be surprised if you see probably the elect down run by real facts. All right, give me 1 Chronicles. Oh, we on that. All right, bring that up. Sorry.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23 and verse 8.
All right.
These be the names of the mighty men whom David had.
These be the what?
The mighty men of
Hey.
the mighty men whom David had.
These are the names of the mighty men that David had. All right, because David had, you know, he had the men, he had his man. All right, Jake say, I got my man. Hey, David had his man. All right, what's your nationality, Jake? You gotta come up here. Come up here. So what's your nationality? Venezuela.
Asher.
Asher?
Yeah, Asher.
Hey, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Asher, brother. That's your nationality. You know about the Israelites? No? Are we gonna show you about it? I'm not worried about it. Give me Luke 2 and 36. Alright, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. The Israelites got curses on them. You know anything about the Bible? What you know?
It's like a book about
Okay. Alright, yeah it is. Alright, and Christ was an Israelite. But he was from the tribe of Judah. Alright, what tribe you from, brother? Judah. Yeah, this brother from Judah. Alright, what tribe you from?
Benjamin.
See that? So that brother from Benjamin. You got different tribes. So you will be an Israelite from the tribe of Asher. Are we gonna prove that to you? We ended up Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy,
Slavery.
chapter 28, verse 15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
That what?
that all these curses,
That what?
that all these curses,
It's a curse, a good thing, or a bad thing. A bad thing. All right, but Moses, you know about Moses? He parted the Red Sea. Yeah, okay. Well, Moses was a leader for the children of Israel, the Israelites. All right, he freed them. But the Israelites, they got curses put on them. They didn't keep the commandments. All right, so we're going to read some curses. Give me verse 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 22.
Right.
The Lord shall smite thee with the consumption
Right.
and with
Good
the
word,
fever.
With the fever. And the
Right, for you, King.
You speak Spanish? You know why you speak Spanish? Because you had a conquest. All right, the so-called Mexicans, they got conquested in 1519. You got the Taino Indians, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they got conquested in around 1493. All All right, right after Christopher Columbus came. All right, and the Colombians, the Incas, they got colonized as well. All right, keep going.
And with a fever, and with an inflammation,
right?
And with an extreme burning.
And with a what?
An extreme burning.
And an extreme burning. So the so-called white man, if y'all wasn't working hard enough, guess what? He would put the so-called Colombians on crosses and burn them alive if they weren't working fast enough. That's what he did to us. He put chains around our necks, all right, and told us we niggas. That's what he did. All right, this is in the Bible, right? Because we're the Israelites, right?
And with the sword.
And with the sword, man. The Incas, they said the Incas just disappeared. You heard of the Incas? All right, you heard of the Incas, right? They said they disappeared, didn't they? Yeah, they said the Mayans disappeared, right? Yeah, with the Mayans, they said they just up and disappeared as well. But the Incas, they still here. They modern day so-called Colombians, brother. All right, Israelites. Read.
And with blasting, and with mildew,
right?
And they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Until thou perish. That's why they said the Incas, all that's left is just those pyramids. And those pyramids, they so symbolic to the pyramids in Egypt. That's not a coincidence. All right, they probably built a little bit different, but they still got the same mannerisms as the one in ancient Egypt. Why? Because the Israelites were slaves in ancient Egypt. You know about that? All right, so we're the Israelites, brother. We built those, just like we built up America. Would you admit that we built up America?
I think
we all built America?
I mean, I didn't. I wasn't around that day.
Who forefathers built up the so-called the White House when it got burnt down? Slaves.
See that?
If you didn't know. Slaves built up everything you see right now. All right? That's what slaves did. It's plain, table. All right? So that will happen to your people, the Israelites. Give me Luke 2:36.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 36.
You know.
And there was one Anna,
Hold on.
prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel,
right? It was a woman named Anna. That's your foremother, brother. Read.
of the tribe of Asher.
Of what?
Of the tribe of Asher.
She was from the tribe of Asher. She was an Israelite from the tribe of Asher. That's who you are, King. Not Colombian.
Huh?
All right, you only speak Spanish because the so-called white man colonized y'all and y'all spoke Spanish. We spoke Hebrew, brother. We didn't speak English. All right, everybody knows that. But the British, they came over here. George Washington, he had slaves. Thomas Jefferson, guess what? They forced English on us. And we ain't learned English, guess what? Stuff like this is happening. Or your woman's getting raped. So you're an Israelite, King, from the tribe of Asher. Let me hear you repeat that. Let me hear you say that. Israelite from the tribe of Asher.
Israelite from the
Tribe of Asher.
tribe of Asher.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
God's child no matter. And God had a plan for him.
See that? Satan just
Satan
just
You don't
slithering,
know
bro.
about that. Give me Romans 9. Let's see out the Bible.
It's the book of Romans, chapter
Hold
9.
on, why you running? See that? Now you want to run. Let's see if everybody's a child of God. Give me Romans 9:7.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham
Right.
are they all children.
Just because you come out of Abraham, that don't make you a child of God. You have Elam, Midian. You got different names. You got Ishmael. That don't make you a child of God. Read.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But in what?
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So your seed gotta be called in Isaac. You have to descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and last but not least, one of the 12 sons. So you're an Israelite king from the tribe of Asher. That's who you are. All right. Anybody ask what's your nationality? You would say what? Tribe of Asher.
That's right. I like that.
All
Israel.
right. We're gonna give you some commandments. You know any commandments? No. Okay. We're gonna show you. You eat pork. All right. Give me Leviticus 11:7. Are we going?
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
And the swine. The Lord said, and the pig, read.
though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he chose not the cuz. He is unclean to you.
The Lord said pig is unclean, brother. We can't eat it. All right, it's nasty, it's filthy. All right, and most importantly, it's a sin. So the Lord gave the Israelites, right? We gave us a dietary law. So we gotta learn how to, eat. Once you want to eat healthy, yeah. So the Lord said we can't eat swine. All right, that's a sin. So would you be willing to stop eating bacon, pork, for the Messiah? Okay, all praise. All right, so no more pork. Give me, keep going on that.
Of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you.
Right?
These shall you eat of all that are in the water.
The Lord is saying you can eat these things that come out of the water.
And whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
So, brother, what comes out the waters that don't have fins and scales? All right, crabs. Crabs don't got scales. Shrimp. They don't have fins. All right, catfish. It doesn't have scales. So everything that you want to eat, you want to make sure it has fins and scales. You know what does have fins and scales? Salmon, tilapia, right? You got bass, you got group, you got different, you got pollock, you got different fishes that you can eat. So, you eat seafood once in a while. All right, next time you eat seafood, you gotta ask what you gotta eat when you eat seafood.
What does the fish have to have?
On your way out, man.
These shall you eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
So what things can we eat that come out of the water? What do they have to have? Fins and what else? Scales.
That's right, that's right.
So anytime you get seafood, you gotta make sure, hey, does this have fins and scales? Now what if they say this don't have it?
Out here fishing.
What you gonna do? You gonna eat it? No. Right. What if they say, oh, you know what, it does have fins and scales? Then you can do what? You can eat it.
Escucha la palabra.
So no swine, no pork. You gotta have fins and scales. All right. You know how to pray? No. Do you pray?
Escucha la palabra de Jesús Cristo. Regresa.
Every day? Every night? All right, we're gonna show you how to pray. First, you gotta know the name of the Lord. So when you pray, what do you say? You say God. All right. Well, God has a name. All right. What's your name? Caesar. What if I say Justin? Are you gonna answer me?
Prosperity.
If I say Justin in a blue shirt, Justin, are you gonna answer me? No. Why not? It's not your name. How much more for the Most High? He has a name. All right. Give me Isaiah 12:2. We're gonna find out what's the name of God. Because God is a title.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 12, verse 2.
Go.
Behold, Yahweh is my salvation.
Behold what?
Yahweh is my salvation.
And Yahweh, that's the name of the Most High. Yahweh. He's our salvation. So that's the Most High's name. All right, give me 1 Corinthians 11:3. All right, because it's an order. You have Yahweh and you have his son, which will be Jesus Christ, which will look more like him. Now, we're not saying this is Christ, but he will look like him. All right, he wouldn't look like this. Because Christ is a so-called black man. All right, so what's God's name? You said what? Read it again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 12, verse 2. Behold, Yahweh.
Behold what?
Yahweh.
What's the Most High's name, brother? Yahweh. That's right. All right, that's the Lord's name. So you want to say, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. That's the name of the Son. All right, let me hear you say it.
That's right.
All right, what's the name of the son? Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
All right, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. And they would look like us, brother. All right? Christ is not a so-called white man. All right, but bring that up.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3.
Yo.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right? The head of every man is Christ. All right? Which real name is Yahweh Shah. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God.
So it goes the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, man, and then woman. All right? You got that? All right?
Escucha la palabra. Jesús Cristo.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head.
All right.
Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonors his head.
So as a man, how old are you? 11? All right, so you're a young man. So as a young man, you want to pray with your head uncovered. So when you pray, make sure you don't have a snapback on. Or you don't have a poof. All right, you should want to not have a poof.
Hell no.
All right, but you got brothers that do that. All right, pray with a poof. That's wickedness. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so when you pray, you want to have your head uncovered. All right, give me Matthew 6:6. Hey, y'all sisters know your nationality?
Come hear the word, sister.
What is it? Come hear the word, sister. That's right. Come hear the word.
6:6.
Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 6.
Yo.
But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet.
So the Lord said, when you pray, brother, you want to enter into your closet.
That's right.
Meaning you want to go into a place where it's just you and the Most High. All right. You don't want to say, hey, little Chon, come see me pray. No. You want to pray with you and the Most High. Read.
And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret.
Right.
And thy Father,
Exact.
which seeth in
Exact.
secret.
Let us give you a flyer. Let us give you a flyer at least.
Psych camp.
Yeah, keep going.
Shall reward thee openly.
Right, so you want to pray in secret,
Yeah, brother got
so
you.
the Lord can reward you open.
Hey, King, you can read real quick
All right.
temporarily.
So, what did you learn about praying so far? Yeah, how to pray. Remember? All right, you gotta listen up. All right, no praying with your head covered. Make sure it's uncovered. Pray in a secret place. All right, where it's just nobody but you. All right, and what's the Most High's name? Start with a Y.
Yahweh.
It's Yahweh. Yahweh. What's the son's name? Yeah, Yahweh Shah.
Ah!
Alright. So that's it, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
You got any questions? What are you here to see? Say what? Hotel? Alright, we're gonna give you. Yeah. Give me your parents right there. Okay. We're gonna get you some more commandments. Alright, give me numbers 15 to 38. You got a phone? We got our YouTube channel. So you can look us up on YouTube.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
Hello.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make the fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right? So we got to wear fringes in the border of our garments. Alright? What does every brother have up here on their shirts? What do you notice about every brother's shirt? Fringes. Alright, the Lord said we gotta wear this. I'm gonna tell you why, read.
Throughout their generations, that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Alright?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So we gotta look upon these. We gotta do all the commandments. No eating pork. Eating fish with fins and scales. Praying right. make sure we read it. All right, these are the commandments we gotta look for. All right. So before you go, what's your nationality? Asher.
Ah!
That's right.
Israelite from the tribe of Asher. Israelite from the tribe of Asher. All right. We got our YouTube channel in there, so you can look into it. Yeah. All right. All right. You got any questions? All right.
All right, see you later, King. Shalom.
You should have made them stay up here and get edified for the whole day.
That's right. Kind of
Right.
held him hostage.
Yeah. But you gotta kind of, give them food that's sufficient for him. Let's see, bombing it up. Give me Sirach 13 and 26.
Eres Isilita.
Because you could literally, you don't want to give yourself too much. You want to have a just balance. So if you read for 24 hours straight, brother, that's not healthy. Yes, you got to read, but brother, take a break. All right? Don't be down. Oh, I got to do this. I got to read for 8 hours straight. Brother, if you know you can only read for 2 hours, then do that. All right? You got brothers that's always in a parable. All right, brother, it's a time, hop into the milk. All right? Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 26.
Right.
A cheerful countenance is a token of a heart that is in prosperity.
Right?
And the finding out of parables is a wearisome labor of the mind.
See that? If you constantly find out parables down 2 days in a row, brother, you could literally bug out. All right? Because you could literally take that and then vomit it up. That's why you got to eat. You know what? Have a little meal. That's going into synthetic on a spiritual level. So, brother, don't be trying to break down a whole book of Revelation and you just coming into this thing. All right, you might literally, because brothers, when you dive into stuff, hey, that stuff be deep. All right, that stuff get deep, man. You might get tired, right? Oh, that was a nice break, nice little 2 hours. But then you got brothers saying, I think I could go through another.
Hey, Mike, you can hold post again.
All right, brother.
The water.
What you doing, huh? All right, give me Isaiah 55 and 1.
Tazamo, 15.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 1.
Nope.
And this are all you can eat buffet. You literally can't have enough. All right, this is literally an all you can eat buffet. You got wine, all right, you got honey, man. All right, the honeycomb. All right, read that.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
The Lord said, everybody that's thirsty, come to the living waters. Read.
And he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Ye come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Right? So you could buy. Imagine that. You got Jake. Hey, he might be homeless. He say, no, I want Chick-fil-A. Give me $3. Then we encounter a brother at damn Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. The brother said, I need some money. He said, brother, just get you a job. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Brother trying to get into something.
Right? Jake said, he said, we don't got it right now. He said, you go down the street. All right, brother, the brother just gave me some Dunkin' Donuts. All right? So you gotta, hey, this don't require money though. Hey sister, you know your nationality? What about you, brother? You know who you are? Who are you?
A proud Igbo man.
A what?
Igbo, I'm Nigerian, baby.
He Israelite.
Igbo, Levi. Yeah, Levi.
That's Ashanti.
Shanti is Levi?
Yeah. So,
What's Igbo?
Keep going.
hey, Judah.
Wherefore do ye
Yeah,
spend
Judah.
money for what that which is not bread?
All right, why do you spend money for things that's not, righteous? All right, read.
And your labor for that which satisfieth not.
That and the other things that is world, it don't satisfy you as well as this, this knowledge. All right, because you get weaned up. Give me wisdom. Give me Proverbs 9:1. All right, give me Sirach 15.
You have Proverbs.
Yeah, Proverbs 9:1. All right, good wisdom. All right, brothers know they come home from football practice. Mom said I got a nice little meal for you. Come sit down. Alright, she got the cornbread out. She got the down steak. Alright, and the down, what's that? What's that thing called? Down, you cook it in the crock pot. It's the crock pot. Yeah, that pot roast. She cooked the pot roast.
Love that pot.
She kinda, she said, come on, baby. Hey, that's how wisdom is, man. Bring that up.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 1.
Bro.
Wisdom hath built her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beasts. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table.
See that? And that's what wisdom do, man. She get it nice and ready. All right, just like a woman. All right, brothers know, or brothers probably seen in the movie.
The hell?
You know, Jay kind of meet a new girl, and she's, you know, we want to go out to eat, or you want to go back to my place. All right, and she kind of, a real woman, she'll make sure everything's straight. That the frankincense and myrrh. All right, I yet to see. I'll be surprised if an Eve, you know, she kind of burning some frankincense and myrrh when you come over. All right, and then she got the table all ready, and that's how wisdom is. You going?
It says, she have sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
All right.
Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, come eat of my bread and drink of my wine which I have mingled.
See that? And wisdom, she the best cook ever. She kind of throw down. All right. And only a simple man, he could just come in. All right, bring that up. Start right, continue.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 3.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1.
Hey, sister, you know who you are?
Yes, I do.
Who are you?
Stephanie.
What's your nationality?
Tiffany said that's
LOL.
She said Tiffany.
See that?
Read that.
He that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that hath knowledge of the law shall obtain her.
Right?
And as a mother shall she meet him, and receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
See that? Imagine that. And you don't find too many virgins in 2021. All right? That's like you literally have a whole penny jar full of quarters, and you find that one penny in there. All right? Or you might have a jar full of pennies, and you find that one quarter. All right? But wisdom, she like that nice, and brothers know, brothers like them light skins. All right? Imagine a light skin. She beautiful to behold, but she a virgin.
Yo,
All right, she hasn't been touched. And that's how wisdom is. She'll receive you as that.
That's right.
With the bread of understanding shall she feed him.
And she gonna make sure you straight.
Huh.
All right, she gonna kind of give you that bread. All right, have you sober up, read.
And give him the water of wisdom to drink.
And then she quenched your thirst with that cold water. All right, that's what wisdom is.
He shall be stayed upon her and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her and shall not be confounded.
Then you ain't gonna be confounded, man. And it's beautiful how the Lord can compare the relationship between a man and a woman, and between wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and a man.
Huh.
All right, read.
She shall exalt him above his neighbors, and in the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth.
See that? And wisdom, she could cause you to dwell upon great men, like King Solomon. All right, King Solomon. Hey, wisdom exalted him. Guess what? Now he was honored. All right, give me Proverbs 3 and 2. Wisdom could have you. You could be a base man. Guess what? Now you with the elders. That's what wisdom would have you to be. Hey, brother, with the headphones.
Come here, brother.
You know your nationality? We don't care about that, brother.
Oh.
What is that?
He said he's Midwest.
You say you from the Midwest? Hey, did y'all know white people going into slavery? Hey, Billy. All right, Billy in the blonde hair. Chicken Little.
Them Chuck Norris, man.
Yeah. All right, bring it up.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thy heart.
Right.
So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man.
See that? So if you have wisdom, you're going to be in good sight with the Most High.
That's right.
And not only the Most High, men. Then men, they're going to start wanting to be around you. All right? And what's that, buddy? All right, what's going on? All right, but if you be a nigga, no wonder why nobody wants to hang around you. You being a nigga, why nobody wants to talk to you. Brother, look what you're doing. But if you have wisdom, guess what? Hey, men gonna want to be around you. All right? So I'm gonna get a couple more precepts and I'm gonna wind down. All right, keep going.
Verse 5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart.
What the Lord said?
Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart.
Hey, you gotta trust in the Lord in the last days. You read 2 Maccabees 15 and 7. All right, we gotta constantly trust in the Lord because He's our hope and salvation. Don't trust in man. All right, stop trusting in the so-called white man's damn missiles. All right, we gotta trust in the Most High. You gotta truly trust in the Lord. You can't just say it. We got a lot of brothers in the truth. I trust in the Lord. Right? Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Thumb. Kwam Yashal. And it's gonna be really exposed who really trust in the Lord.
No, that ain't me.
You hear the word,
Know your
King.
nationality? What is it? Come learn, brother.
Learn, King.
It's 2 minutes.
30 seconds, King.
Brother, you know your nationality?
I'm good, man. Thanks.
We not good, brother. We still in slavery. How are we good?
There's only one that's good, brother.
All right, read that.
You're an Israelite.
That's right.
Damn.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 15 and verse 7.
Right?
But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence in Slakia.
Yeah, what?
Had ever sure confidence
Right,
in
so Judas Mac, he had ever sure confidence. All right, you gotta have confidence. It's a difference between confidence and pride. You want to make sure you're confident in the Lord. It's like Jake said, yeah, I know the Steelers, they gonna beat the Patriots. All right, you gotta have that same confidence in the Lord, man. Read it.
that the Lord would help him.
That the what?
That the Lord would help him.
Read it again.
That
The Lord would help.
You gotta believe that the Lord will actually help you in the time of trouble. All right, you gotta truly believe it. There's a lot of men in the last days, they gonna depress you. They get those parents written. All right, give me 2 Timothy 4:1. Like 1 Timothy. All right, 1 Timothy 4:1.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1.
Go.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith.
Some shall what?
Some shall depart from the faith.
So it's already written that certain men, they're going to depart from the faith. And they're going to fall out the truth. Alright? Only thing you can do is pray and literally scream out to the Most High that He don't take the Holy Spirit from you. That's the only thing you can really do. Even if you do that, and the Lord can still take you out. So you got to constantly examine yourself in the last days, whether you be in the faith. Give me Revelation 3 and 2.
It's the book
1
of
hour
Revelation,
13.
chapter 3, verse 2.
Read.
Be watchful.
What the Lord say?
Be watchful.
Read.
And strengthen the things that which remain.
Right, you gotta strengthen the things that you've fallen short on, man. Read.
They that are ready to die.
That are what?
That are ready to die.
So certain men in this truth, they have things that's ready to fall off. Read.
For I have not found thy works perfect before God.
For I what?
For I have not found thy works perfect before God.
What the Lord say?
For I have not found thy works perfect before
Hey,
God.
the Lord has never found your works perfect before the Most High. All right, so what does that mean? That means you will know when your works is found perfect when you in the kingdom of heaven. And with that, call me a Charlotte.
Call me a Charlotte.
Call me a Charlotte.
Come here, Charlotte.
Call me a Charlotte.
Come here, Charlotte. God.